no idea of the key part in entrepreneurship, which is not, contrary to what so many people think, which is not money. Money is nice, but the key part is knowledge, experience, and so on. For God's sake, creating successful companies, educating people to be successful in entrepreneurs is a tough job. I just saw a press report on Finland saying that Finns seem to be studying less hours per week than most other nations. I say, what's new about that? They are lazy people, and they are lazy because they are allowed to be lazy. So why not take the easy path? But to be a successful entrepreneur, to be a world-level leader, it's tough, and you need to work exceedingly hard. But these incubators give you the basics. It's like a boot camp they would have in the military. It's no particular fun, but it teaches you the basics of how to create a business that can stand on its own feet, that can raise further capital, that can find strategic partners. The other thing I mentioned was the venture capital part. Israel did not have any venture capital. So the government said, let's try. They took $100 million, split it between 10 potential venture capital funds in Israel, told them that, hey, here's the money. It'd be nice that you could find some more money from independent investors. But they also told them that we don't quite believe that you have the know-how in this desert country, so go find the know-how elsewhere. Many of them went to the US, got partnerships with that, and Israel was prepared for a 10-year program in this space. In 3 years, 4 years, the government pulled out of it because this thing was running. Because this thing had created, up to today, around 50 funds. They raised here $14 billion by this time. Israel is the second largest VC country in the world. The largest one is the US with 300 plus million people. The second one is Israel with 7 million people. How come? Because they saw the connection and understood that these things can be created. You don't need to go with the flow and stay in the river, for example, forever. If you need something, if you want something, go do it. So, it's a mind-blowing success. Israel is spending 4.6%, or it peaked in 2004, 4.6% of GDP in R&D. It's the highest figure in the world, and has a nice connection. Israel has some 4,000 high-tech companies. Just imagine, 4,000. Even if 1% of those succeed, nice. That is a far better figure than any of our nations can ever boast of. At some count recently, Finland, who's taking pride as an innovation country, some analyst said that, yeah, Finland has 3 growth companies. 3. The Minister of Economics said recently that I want 500. Wonder why he doesn't do anything about it. Now he's, by the way, actually starting to get the message there too. We wanted a knowledge-based economy. But it's not just a desire. We must have a knowledge-based economy because Jobs are disappearing left, right, and center in all of Europe. You take Finland, I think they have announced thousands of job losses just this past week. But I'm not preaching at all the doom and gloom of globalization. Globalization is exactly what we wanted. For years and years and years, we talked of the third world and how they need to stand on their own feet. Well, they are standing on their own feet now. These are just the consequences, and we need to learn to see that globalization is not a threat. It's a fantastic opportunity. But it's a fantastic opportunity for those amongst us who want to do something about it. This thing will not fall out of heaven. Not even the EU heaven, which is supposed to be much richer than any other heaven. It's really up to you, and you, and you, and you, and me, to do it together. It's something that can be done, but we have to get started. We must learn to value innovation. We must learn to appreciate the people who have an idea of how to do things different. The standard answer in our society is we know so well. Well, we have been doing it this way for 35 years and it seems to be working fine, so we don't think that we need to try anything new. Did the banks that failed, was it that they were doing bad from the start? No, I don't think so. They just kept on going far too long. And nobody dared to question that. So we must change. We must educate not only ourselves, but we must educate everybody to accept this responsibility for changing every moment, changing not only next year, but changing December, changing November, and how about November 15th? A perfect day for change. It's so dull outside that we can concentrate on change. We must realize that growth entrepreneurship is the only thing that creates jobs. No traditional industry company is going to create another job ever. Let's face it. Ever. So if we want to employ those people who are out of jobs in the traditional industry, we better create jobs for them, and growth entrepreneurship is the only way known. And that's why those amongst us who carry the responsibility, and here fortunately the party, the government, the parliament, must realize that this needs to be done now. Now. Thank you very much. Oops.